Happy December. First day of the month. It is December 1st, 2021, and it's Wednesday, and you know what that means? Yeah, Winning Wednesday is back and once again up for grabs, courtesy of our friends at the Town Toyota Center. Tickets to see Holiday Cirque, Holiday Dreams. It's a Cirque performance, you know what I'm talking about, with lots of illusions and music, and it tells a story and special effects and all that really cool stuff. Coming to the Town Toyota Center on December 15th. We got not just one pair of tickets today, but today, because it's December and we felt like it, I got two pair. So we're going to have two winners today. Email me. That's how you enter the contest. It's email only. winner@ncwlife.com. winner@ncwlife.com. And these are really good seats. These are on the floor, just 7 rows back from the front of the stage. Phenomenal seats. And again, two pair, two winners. We haven't done this before. Going to do it today. Winner@ncwlife.com. A couple of things you need to remember, of course. Employees of local telecommunications, solely in broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Tucker. That's basically a rule. Email me. Winner@ncwlife.com. We'll do the drawing later on today on Facebook Live from this very studio. Again, 2 tickets, a pair, one winner, a pair to another winner. By the way, whoever wins these tickets, you'll be sitting next to each other. Heads up on that. Holiday Dreams Cirque coming to the Town Toyota Center Wednesday, December 15th. Winner@ncwlife.com. This is a nice prize. This has been a very popular prize over the last couple of weeks. Shoot me an email. We'll do the drawing later on today. Deadline, by the way, 10 o'clock this morning. There you go. 10 o'clock this morning is your deadline to get your email in to me. We are in for another warm day today. We did it again yesterday. We set a record. We hit 58 degrees on the last day of November. The old record was 57 degrees set back in 1995. That's 4 days this month, or last month. We're in December now. 4 days in the month of November that we had a new record high. We even had a day, remember, back in November when we hit 70 degrees. And we could set today an all-time December high temperature. I kid you not. Our forecast high today, we'll show it to you in just a little bit. Our all-time record for December is 62 degrees, which was set on December 1st in 1972. I think we're going to get it past it by a couple of degrees, which would not only be a record high for December 1st, but an all-time record high for the month of December. Forecast details on the way. We'll take you up to the major mountain passes, let you know what's going on up there, which is not much. News, yep. Sports, yep. Including the very first high school games of the year that was played. We'll have your results, and we'll talk a little wild hockey, too. Hopefully they'll be able to play the Merritt Centennials on Friday night up in Canada. Kind of dicey right there. Also, we have everything else you need to start your day. Back half of the program, Simon Mendoza, who's a medical provider with Columbia Valley Community Health, had a chance to sit down with their very own Jefferson Robbins to talk about not only the latest in COVID-19 vaccination news, but also flu shots. Get your flu shots. We'll talk about the importance of getting both of those shots with Simon Mendoza and Jefferson Robbins in the back half of the program. All right, 4 minutes after the hour. Let's go. What do we got? We got this. Cross camera. Excuse me, begins our festivities. A couple of high clouds. Very mild. It's 54 degrees outside of our studios. 54 degrees. Wow. It's mild. Beautiful morning. And again, I think we are going to set another record high temperature today. I can almost guarantee it. Traffic pretty light here on this Wednesday morning. And it's already December. Wow. Camera 2 from the Birch Mountain camera looking back down to the Wenatchee Valley. You can see most of downtown Wenatchee, the old fruit warehouses and all that cool stuff as they climb up into the valley. You can see the canyons. Beautiful view there. That's from Badger Mountain. Normally you can't really see a great deal of East Wenatchee because the ridge, of course, blocks the way. Right in the middle of your shot there, I believe, is Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. Right there. Right at the very middle of Fancher Heights. So good morning to Wenatchee from Badger Mountain on the other side of the river. Camera number 3. These are some good shots this morning, by the way, Uriah. The monitor camera has been turned around yet again to show us another view of the Wenatchee Valley from the Sleepy Hollow area and a little slice of sunny slope, the Wenatchee River. And the Horse Lake Preserve up there as well. Of course, this is the time of the year where they start closing the trails so the mule deer can hang around and do their thing without a bunch of people bugging them. And you can see the cross lit up way off in the distance, and the fourth camera. We can just do this all day and just say to heck with the rest of the show. Omi Gardens. Good morning, Omi Gardens. The Otabashian Bridge looking good on the north end of town. Stemilt complex down there. I have to head to the Stemilt retail store later on today to pick up some apples. Running a little low on there. And again, you can see the cross brightly lit up at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights where our cross camera is located. Some spectacular views this morning. All right, the weather, warm. Check this out. This is from the National Weather Service. They think about 62. We think maybe a degree or two even warmer than that. Very mild temperatures. That's the big headline today in the world of weather. Again, very warm air advection is increasing the temperatures across the region. We're going to be warm today. Again, a lot of locations are going to break. We're pretty sure they're record highs for today. And we here in the Wenatchee Valley will be threatening the all-time warmest December day since they started keeping these records. That's phenomenal. Now, the long-term December outlook was issued yesterday afternoon from the National Weather Service. The Climate Prediction Center are the people who do the long-term forecasts months out in advance. And the folks at the Climate Prediction Center say this is what it's going to look like for December. Take a look at the Pacific Northwest. The temperature outlook, about a 50-50 chance it's going to be about normal. So we're not looking at any dramatic change there. For the Pacific Northwest, for precipitation, above average. Now, this is for the month of December, not winter. Winter doesn't begin until December 21st. And for winter, they are expecting colder and wetter. But for the month of December, temperatures about normal with above average precipitation. We'll have to wait and see on that. Normally, the Climate Prediction Center does a pretty good job of doing the long-term outlooks. And finally, let's put November to bed with some pretty stunning numbers. The average temperature for the month of November, 41 degrees, normally 37 degrees. It was mild. Our warmest temperature, we hit 70 degrees back on November 14th. That is just bizarrely warm. Our coolest temperature, 26 degrees. As far as rain, it was pretty wet. We had above normal precipitation, as you can see, with 1 and about 1/3 of an inch of rain. And 4 times during the month of November, we set new record highs, including yesterday. It was a warm and wet November, to say the least. Crazy stuff, isn't it? All right, without further ado, there you go. 64 degrees, which would break not only the record high for December 1st, set back in 1972, it would be the warmest December day since they started keeping records. They've been keeping records at Pangbourne Memorial Airport for about 62 or 63 years. Yeah, very mild. 43 for the overnight low. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. That high temperature you see of 52 degrees, considerably cooler, obviously, our normal high is 38. But that 52-degree mark is probably going to come in the morning. And as the day progresses on Thursday, it's actually going to get cooler, not warmer. That's what it's looking like right now, but it's still going to be plenty warm. 33 for the overnight low. It's going to be a little windy, by the way, today and tonight. Winds die down on Thursday. It'll be calm on Friday, partly cloudy. We cool even further down. We'll be 20 degrees cooler on Friday than we're expecting today. Back up to slightly warmer temperatures Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. Again, our normal afternoon high this time of the year is 38 degrees. We're not going to be anywhere close to that all the way through Tuesday of next week. Wow. That's some pretty warm weather. To the mountain passes, shall we? Brought to you by our friends at D.A. Davidson, the strength of a trusted partner and personalized solutions to meet your financial needs. Member SIPC. Stevens Pass, raining, roadway is bare and wet. The snow, I was going to say the snow is continuing to melt, but there's no snow up there to melt anymore after all the warm temperatures and rain on Stevens Pass. You're good to go. Roadway is bare and wet. Blue Pass, bare and dry, nothing coming down. Look at that. It's so strange. It's December 1st, and you don't see a single patch of snow at the very summit of Blewett Pass, 4,000 feet above sea level. Blewett's fine, bare and dry. I-90, raining. Mostly right at the summit. Once you get over the summit of Stevens Pass towards the western side of I-90, you're going to be dealing with more rain. The rain is falling down at the summit, and then the farther east you go towards Cle Elum and Ellensburg, the rain starts to taper off. Outside of that, it's bare and wet. No weather issues at all the way through till Friday. It's not until Friday night that they're expecting snow in the mountain passes. Maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow Friday night. A little bit of snow expected on Saturday. Light snow Saturday night. Chance of snow on Sunday. It's going to be very mild and pretty quiet up in the major mountain passes. You're good to go all week long. There's no snow at all in the forecast for the Cascades until you get to Friday night. Good news for commuters, bad news for skiers and snowboarders. All right, 10 minutes after the hour, a 1-minute break, and your Wednesday morning headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on a winning Wednesday on the NCW Life Channel.
Kids are resilient. I just love their energy. They bounce back so quickly. I love the stories they tell. I love just their charisma, their character. I love to see that subtle smile that you pull out of a kid, you know, when you start talking with them about something they really like. I just love what I do, and I can't imagine I would be as happy doing anything else.
It's a hometown celebration Christmas in Cashmere, Saturday, December 4th from noon to 3. Come enjoy a warm beverage, holiday treats, indoor artisans, festive music, activities, DIY ornaments, and a photo with Santa. Thanks to our supporters.
Discover Epladolin Assisted Living, affordable care in a home-like atmosphere with no long-term contracts. Liberty Orchards, home to applets and cotlets. They make great gifts for the holiday. Stop by for a tour.
54 degrees in downtown Wenatchee. 54 degrees. Forecast high today right around 64 degrees. It would break the record high for December 1st. It would be our all-time warmest December day ever since they started keeping records. We gradually cool down. It's also going to be a little windy at times today. We begin with this story. Grant County Sheriff's deputies used canine Edo to track down a 15-year-old burglary suspect. This happened on Sunday evening. At about 6 o'clock, the Grant County Sheriff's Office receiving a call of a burglary in progress at a home in the 2400 block of Hamilton Road Northeast. That's just outside of Moses Lake. The property owner said he'd been seen 2 men standing near a shed on his property. Deputy Tyson Voss and Canine Edo quickly found the 15-year-old boy hiding in nearby shrubbery, but the other suspect, well, he got away. The team was lodged, by the way, in the Grant County Youth Services Center on suspicion of second-degree burglary. The Sheriff's Office, by the way, still looking for the second suspect. Chelan County Commissioners have awarded almost $223,000 in lodging tax dollars to area festivals and other tourism-related groups. In all, 17 groups received money, ranging from $33,000 for the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival to $5,000 for a regional contact bridge competition in Leavenworth. About half of the lodging tax dollars are committed to regional chambers of commerce, the Cascade Loop, and the recreational trail group Tread, with the remainder awarded in the form of grants. Overall, the County Lodging Tax Advisory Committee said there were 29 applicants for those funds. Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz is proposing a new bill designed to protect Washington forests and by replanting trees across the state, including in urban areas. A study by the University of Washington found that the state permanently lost about 400,000 acres of forest land between 2017 and 2019. In a press conference yesterday, Franz said her proposed Keep Washington Evergreen initiative would conserve 1 million acres of working forest and would reforest another million acres.
Our way of life as Washingtonians is irrevocably linked to the continued survival of our forests. Simply put, the continued loss of forest land poses a clear and dire threat to our communities, our environment, and our economy. Now, the threats our forests face are tremendous. My travels throughout Washington have given me an up-close look at the devastating impacts communities face when they lose their forests. Whether it's the loss of jobs in forest-supported communities, increased cases of childhood asthma because of dirty air, reduced water storage and increased flooding, or crops wiped out by rising temperatures. Entire communities across our state are being hollowed out by forest conversion.
Making its return this Saturday is the annual Holiday Craft Bazaar fundraiser. It's put on by the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band and their Booster Club. It's at the Wenatchee High School Commons. the Christmas season tradition that, like a lot of Christmas traditions, got canceled last year because of COVID-19. Earlier, I had a chance to sit down with the two drum majors of the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Marching Band to talk about the event this Saturday.
I remember going, my older brother was in band like 10 years ago, and I remember going to the craft bazaar then when I was like super tiny, like 6 years old, and it was such a good time. It's like a little winter wonderland for a kid because we have like Santa and there's decorations everywhere, and I would just run around and see all the little stuffed animals, and it's so fun when you're a kid, and now I get to look at it through different eyes and be able to help out and be on the other side of it. It's amazing.
And it should be pointed out, I have any number of friends who actually participate in this as artisans, and they don't miss it for the world. They say this is one of their biggest days of the year for sailing too. They make a lot of money.
It's really busy. You come in and it won't be so crowded this year. We're going to really manage the size, the number of people mask wearing for COVID reasons, but it's still going to be really busy, and it's just a lot of people getting in the holiday spirit and buying gifts for their family members. We're also going to have a gift wrapping station this year. So it's really like holiday oriented, fun. We might even have some Christmas music. I'm going to be wearing a Santa hat.
Oh,
she
cool.
probably will be too.
Most definitely wearing a Santa hat.
Again, it's this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. in the Wenatchee High School Commons. Good news for you bird fans out there in North Central Washington. The North Central Washington Audubon Society says as of October, it's recorded sightings of five more species of birds that were cataloged. In all of 2020, Audubon bird watchers record their sightings in an online registry called eBird. In the four-county area, 275 species were recorded by the end of last month. Everything from the American avocet to the yellow-rumped warbler. That's compared to 270 species counted all of last year. Yes, I just said yellow-rumped warbler on television. Never done that before. What do you do on Saturday? Pop on over to Hooked on Toys about, noonish or so, because jolly old St. Nick is going to be arriving in a helicopter. It's all part of the NCW Community Toy Drive. This is going to be a great event. A lot of fun for all the kids, adults too. Yeah, Douglas County Fire District is going to be there. They're going to bring a bunch of their fire engines. The kids can check them out. Lifeline Ambulance is going to be there. They're going to bring a whole bunch of coffee and coca to get you in the Christmas spirit. You can buy gifts there, of course, at Hooked on Toys and donate to the NCW Community Toy Drive. And check it out. The big guy will be there. Santa arriving in the Hooked on Toys parking lot via helicopter. This is cool. On Saturday at 12 noon at Hooked on Toys. For more information, go to the NCW Community Toy Drive Facebook page. And we're very proud to be a part of it again here this year on the NCW Life channel. And special thanks to Les Schwab, who's been sponsoring this from day one. They're good folks. That's the news at 18 minutes after the hour. The news at 5, 6, and 10, our regular evening news broadcast with Eric and Grant will come your way at 5, 6, and 10 with the preview. Here's Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, warm temperatures again yesterday and possibly record-setting highs today. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom has the latest on the Seahawks and Kraken and introduces us to new Washington Husky head football coach. That and much more coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. I'm trying to get used to that facial hair. He looks okay with it. Makes him look distinguished. I know my coworkers are happy because it's the first day of the month. And, of course, on the first day of every month, I always take a shower. It's just common sense. We'd love to hear from you. Pick up the telephone, give us a call to the number that you see at the bottom of your screen during normal business hours. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com. You want to drop us a note via Facebook, you can do that. Go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. Or you can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays and opinion from Mike Mad Dog Magnotti. We'll talk about the importance of not only getting your COVID vaccine or your booster vaccine, but the flu vaccine as well with our friends at Columbia Valley Community Health. And it's Winning Wednesday. I'll give you more information on that, too, before we get to the top of the hour. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Here at Succession, we're going to have our third annual tree lighting. Every vineyard row gets lit up. Santa Claus makes an appearance. We got the torch lanterns going and fire pits going daily, and it's really festive through the end of the year.
Alta Cellars is the perfect place to stop and relax during the bustling holiday season. Enjoy fine wine and live music on Saturdays. In the old fire hall in downtown Manson, Alta Cellars. Good things happen here.
While it may be hard to resist those big brown eyes and pleading face, many people aren't aware that people food can be dangerous to pets. And it's not just because of the added weight gain. Some foods are downright dangerous, including chocolate. For a detailed list of dangerous foods, go online to pawsandclawsvh.com. If you suspect your pet has eaten something dangerous, please call Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff at 888-PAWS, as your pet's health is important to us.
"21 minutes after the hour. Let's get right to it. The Les Schwab Prep Scoreboard from last night. Cascade was not being rude, but they were insulting, and they came up short in girls basketball, 61-26. Quincy down to Freda in the Battle of the Basin, 53-48. Chelan upended Brewster in girls basketball, 54-33. Cascade Christian Academy held Waterville Mansfield to just 18 points, 63-18. The final there, Pateras, no trouble with Soap Lake, winning 44-14. And the Wenatchee girls on the road in Ellensburg found the road a little rough going. They lost to the Bulldogs 78-15. On the Les Schwab boys basketball scoreboard, Sultan beating Cascade 78-35. Brewster edged Chelan 74-70. Waterville Mansfield won their opener at Cascade Christian Academy 47-18. Soap Lake stopping Pateras 67-16. And Walla Walla beating Moses Lake 72-37. Eastmont and Wenatchee picked up wins at Eastmont Lanes and girls bowling yesterday. The Wildcats swept 2 games, and the 2 Bakers from West Valley, they won the pin count, 1,894 to 1,540. Colby Hull rolled the high game of the day for the Wildcats with a 186. Jordan May rolled a 177. And Wenatchee swept 2 games and 2 Bakers from Moses Lake. They won the pin count 1,683 to 1,379. Freshman Charlene Campbell was the high bowler to help the Panthers with a 188. There is a college basketball game on the schedule for today. Washington State in the desert. They'll take on Arizona State. It's the Pac-12 opener for those folks. The game tips off at 4:30 on the Pac-12 network. The COVID-19 pandemic, of course, shut down the BCHL's playoffs in March of 2020. It kept Wenatchee from traveling north of the border at all last season. Now the league is dealing with Mother Nature. It has been raining hard with lots of floods in southern British Columbia, and because of that, the league announced Tuesday that it has postponed 8 games over the next week due to travel restrictions. Another 6 games have been rescheduled and 1 game canceled altogether. In addition, the BCHL announced that all out-of-conference games would be canceled for the rest of the season. The interim radio voice of the Wenatchee Wild, Sean Ziers, told me that Wenatchee's game at Merritt is in doubt as of now because of that situation.
2 weeks ago, the entire town was evacuated because of the flooding. They have not recuperated yet from that. The league has had to reschedule and cancel games, not only with Merritt, but a lot of other teams within the province because of roads being like washed out. Like you can't get to certain towns without having to travel maybe 3-4 hours more than what you need to do. And it makes no sense schedule-wise to have a team go that long to go travel somewhere else when, you know, it just doesn't make any sense.
Now, as things stand now, the game is still on. Wenatchee at Merritt on Friday, then Wenatchee at Penticton on Saturday. If things change, we, of course, will let you know. Wenatchee returns home to begin a 5-game homestand come December 16th. It'll be drizzling with temperatures in the low 40s today in Detroit. That's where the Kraken will take on the Red Wings, but of course they play indoors. Seattle has won 4 of their past 5 games, playing pretty good hockey right now. They're 8-13-1. The Red Wings are 11-9-3. They're in 4th place in the Atlantic Division. The puck drops at 4:30 at Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. You can watch the action on Root Sports Northwest. The collective bargaining agreement between the Major League Players Association and Major League owners expires at 9 o'clock our time tonight. If they don't do a deal by then, and they're not, there will be a lockout. The Mariners got ahead of things yesterday. They offered contracts to 33 players for next year, and they are expected to introduce Robbie Ray today.
Robbie Ray on the mound for the Jays. 3-2, swing and a miss. Got him at 97 down at the knees, and a swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts now for Ray. Swing and a miss. And a fastball gets him swinging. What a put-away pitch that's been for him tonight.
A real good arsenal of pitches early in this game. That slider is money. Another strikeout on another slider is pretty nasty. 13 strikeouts. 14 strikeouts. What a performance by Robbie Ray.
Ray is expected to sign a 5-year, $115 million contract. Heads up, kids, if you're watching. If you're a left-handed pitcher who can throw strikes, that's how you become a millionaire. Robbie Ray will become just the 5th pitcher since 1974 to win a Cy Young Award and then sign with a different team the next year. Meanwhile, with Seattle offering contracts, and basically they filled out their 40-man roster, so the Mariners' president of baseball operations, Jerry DiPoto, will have a full team to work with if, in fact, they go to spring training in February. We will see. There will be a lockout, and then we'll see what happens. Come on, guys. Get it together. Let's play baseball. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday, the first day of December. I had 4 holidays to choose from today. Today is World AIDS Day. Today is Day Without Art Day. I don't know why that even exists. World Trick Shot Day. I used to do a lot of trick shots on the old billiard table. I can't do one now. No, today is National Eat a Red Apple Day, which for us here in North Central Washington is pretty much a no-brainer. They're everywhere. We grow them here. We grow the best apples to be found anywhere at any time. And it's kind of funny because red apples are the apples that you just buy and you eat them. You just bite right into them. As opposed to green apples, which are a little on the tarty side. And that's why we bake with green apples, because they're tart, but then you can add sugar and other ingredients to make it sweet and tasty. And of course, apples are good for you. We don't need to tell you that. So if you haven't eaten a red apple in a while, and there's a lot of different apple varieties, like 7,000 different kinds of apples out there, eat an apple today. The adage is true. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. And they're good for you. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anybody like bite into like a Granny Smith apple. The green ones. They're just too tart. Not the red ones. They're sweet. Today in history at 27 minutes after the hour, the assembly line. The moving assembly line debuted on this date at the Ford Motor Plant in Dearborn, Michigan on December 1st, 1913. The idea of an assembly line had been around for a while, but it was different. All the parts were laid out and the worker would make the trip and go from here to here to here to here to here. With the idea of the assembly line, the workers stood still and the parts came to you. And of course, it was a game changer. For one thing, it made the manufacturing of an automobile a lot cheaper. The workers didn't have to do any heavy lifting. They have to bend down and pick it up and put it on the table. You have to stoop, bend over. And then there's no special training required. Almost anybody could do it. You know, a day or two of training and you're ready to go. And it provided employment to thousands and thousands of immigrants and people who immigrated to the northern part of this country from the south. The assembly line, the first moving assembly line, made its debut 108 years ago today, courtesy of Henry Ford. December 1st, 1955. This wasn't supposed to be a flashpoint in the civil rights movement. Rosa Parks was just tired. She had a long day at work. She was a seamstress. She spent all day sewing clothes and making clothes, and she was just tired at the end of the day. And in Montgomery, Alabama, she sat down in the whites-only section at the front of the bus, and when the bus filled up, the driver said, "Sorry, you got to move to the back so we can make more room for white travelers." Rosa Parks just said, "No, I'm not going to do it. I'm tired. I'm going to sit. Take me home." And of course, she was dragged off the bus and arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white person. And the dominoes began to fall. It led to that city's bus boycott. The economic infrastructure of the entire Montgomery, Alabama bus department relied on taking African Americans to and from work. When the African Americans said, "We're not taking the bus anymore. We're just going to drive ourselves. We'll just do carpools." The economic impact was so huge that eventually they had to say, "Okay, well, sorry." 66 years ago today. 63 years ago today, we have footage of this tragedy in Chicago at the Our Lady of the Angels School, which is run by the diocese, the Catholic Church in Chicago. Fire broke out right before the end of the day. 92 children, 3 nuns were killed. Here's some of the news footage as we talk about this. There was a grandfather clause in place in the city of Chicago. Do we have that footage, Uriah? I believe we do, from the local news reports. There it is.
There was no way out for Matt and his 50 classmates. By the time the Chicago Fire Department arrived, fire and smoke had already engulfed most of the school building.
Relatives and people that had children in the building, and there was silence.
Trapped inside, Matt's teacher tried to keep the class calm by having them pray. Rescue was at hand for Matt's class. The school caretaker and a priest crawled up the back stairs and unlocked the door at the rear of the class from the outside. Matt and his class survived, but 92 others were not so lucky.
All the firemen that were there had children of their own.
Unbelievable. 92 children and 3 nuns died, almost all of them in the north wing of the school. There was a grandfather clause in the city of Chicago that did not require the schools, public or private, to retrofit to the new standard if they were already meeting previous regulations, so they were legally in compliance with the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. That changed. We don't see this much anymore. That happened in Chicago 63 years ago today. And here we go. 37 years ago today, here's a plane that you don't want to be on. Go ahead and roll the footage as I talk about this, Uriah. Here we go. This is 37 years ago out in the desert there in California. There's the target. It's pretty good. And here comes the pilot. I'm flying the plane here. I've never flown a plane before, and I'm not doing really good. As you can see, I'm kind of tipping the wings a little bit. I think I had a cocktail before I flew, and oh boy, oh no. This was what was called the Controlled Impact Demonstration. It was put on by NASA. They actually purposely crashed an airline. They put all kinds of sensors and cameras and the latest technology that was available to them in 1984. The whole idea was to gather data to help improve their survivability of plane crashes. They filled the plane full of gas. It was all remote control. There was some guy on the ground who was flying the plane. There was nobody in the plane, of course. But they did this, the Controlled Impact Demonstration, because that was the only way they could figure out, okay, what happens to this and to that when a plane crashes, and they could get all that. They don't show you that film in the planes, by the way, or the airports. 33 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Lee Trevino, one of my favorite golfers, 82 years old, 6 major championships, 29 PGA Tour events over the course of his career, one of only 4 players to win the U.S. Open twice, the PGA Championship twice, and the Open Championship twice, but he never won the Masters. That was the only title that eluded him. The great Lee Trevino, who started his golfing career as a hustler. He invented one of the great lines in all of sports, much less golf. He said, "You don't know what pressure is until you're putting for a $1,000 Nassau on the 18th hole and you got $9 in your pocket. That's pressure." Lee Trevino was 82 years old today. We miss Richard Pryor. He would have been 81 years old today. Richard Pryor in the 70s, his albums were hilarious. Just hilarious. Funny guy. Comedy Central, a couple of years ago, listed the all-time stand-up comedians, the 100 greatest stand-up comedians ever. Richard Pryor, number 1. And I agree with it. We miss Richard Pryor. He's been gone a long time now. Born in the state in 1940. Bette Midler, America's Diva. She's going to get a Kennedy Center honor over the weekend. Bette Midler is 76 years old today. And Linos Christopoulos, who's on the Greek national basketball team. Linos Christopoulos, 29 years old today. 34 minutes after the hour. It's Winning Wednesday, and I got 2 pairs of tickets to see Holiday Dreams, that Cirque show that'll put you in the holiday spirit, coming to the Town Toyota Center on Wednesday, December 15th. These tickets are going fast. These are phenomenally good seats, and we're going to have 2 winners today. Double winners. 2 winners today. Email me, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com if you want to go for free. And we're going to do not 1 winner, but 2 winners today. We'll do the drawing sometime in the noon hour. I haven't made up my mind yet. Deadline is 10 a.m. this morning. 10 a.m. this morning. Winner at ncwlife.com. Don't forget. The number one rule is if you don't enter, you cannot win. You must enter the contest in order to win the contest, and you have to email me to do it. Winner at ncwlife.com. 35 minutes after the hour, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Minotti coming up, and then Jefferson Robbins' conversation with Simon Mendoza of Columbia Valley Community Health. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino is the perfect place to meet in East Wenatchee. The Old West theme takes you back in time with casino gambling and poker table. And now you can play the best games on or off the tables. Stop by and check out the new game room. All your favorite games and extended late night hours makes the Clearwater your best bet for a great time. And if time slips away having so much fun, stay the night next door at the Cedars Inn. It's all here nightly at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino in East Wenatchee.
The Culinary Apple in downtown Chelan is your specialty gift and gourmet cooking store. Find everything from homemade fudge to kitchen gadgets for your favorite chef. Your holiday shopping is a one-stop experience at the Culinary Apple.
This Christmas, shipping and receiving is more important than ever. Jerry and Sherry are here to help. Mailboxes Chelan provides everything you need to get that special gift delivered for the holidays. Given this year's challenges, you must ship early. Visit Mailboxes Chelan today.
Now on Wenatchee Avenue, Value Plus Medical Supply, your one place for expert customer service. You'll find a large selection of lift chairs, scooters, power wheelchairs, and other medical supplies. Come see your local provider, Value Plus Medical Supply.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled out the new line of custom e-bikes. They have three-way adjustable folding e-bikes and full-size mountain e-bikes. Pedal assist on the throttle makes them a perfect fit for any rider. Green Motion e-bikes in the Mills Brothers building.
A trip into Manson's Wine Girl Wines is a trip back to simpler times and freewheeling fun. Enjoy the lake lifestyle with a glass of wine, beer, or cider. The new menu completes the experience. Great wine, great food, great place. Wine Girl Wines.
Chelan Wireless is making the switch, and so should you. The switch to T-Mobile, that is. Now you can get the 5G experience America's talking about right here in downtown Chelan. Stop by and see why the switch is on to T-Mobile at Chelan Wireless.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think is there something the matter with him?
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Stay active and independent for life. SAIL is an evidence-based strength, balance, and fitness program. The exercises in a SAIL class have been packaged into a formal regimen focusing on 4 key areas important to the health and fitness of mature participants: low-impact cardiovascular, balance work, strength training, and stretching. SAIL classes are designed for people of all fitness levels and can be done sitting or standing. Join us for SAIL on the NCW Life channel. Check your listing for days and times.
Ooh, what a workout. I'm going to be feeling it tomorrow.
In other news, lawmakers today were addressing the nation's opioid crisis, which has already taken thousands of lives.
The opioid crisis is really something.
Yeah, I guess like 75% of opioid misuse starts with someone taking pills that weren't prescribed to them.
I'm glad my doctor always suggests other options for pain management.
Totally, there's ice, there's ibuprofen.
A warm bath, hot compress.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So a friend posted on Facebook that Jesus was a socialist because he told us to feed people. Well, I mentioned that there's a difference. Jesus told me to feed people. He didn't tell the government to make me feed people. So, of course, some people jumped on my case for being, self-righteous, blah, 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 whatever I don't know. But look, you can attribute Jesus to your economic philosophy or your political beliefs, right or left. But it's not a question about whether Jesus is on your side or not. It's a question of whether or not you are on his side. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington since 1984, providing the finest Bryant systems for both your heating and cooling needs. Along with prompt and professional service for both your residential and commercial needs, they also offer service and maintenance on your gas fireplaces. As always, Arctic is available 24 hours a day for any of your emergency calls. Whatever it takes, Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, the temperature experts.
ColorFX has moved their shop to a larger location to expand their services, including adding in a state-of-the-art large format printer. They got it. You need banners? They got them. You need vinyl decals for your cars, trucks, vans, or trailers in just about any size? Yeah, they got it. ColorFX has also been providing fun swag and clothing for local churches and high schools around our valley for decades. Support your local print shop. Call ColorFX in Cashmere today.
45 minutes after the hour, so you got your COVID shot or you got your COVID booster shot and you think you're covered for a while. Well, think again. Of course, it is flu season as well, and there's a shot for the flu too. Simon Mendoza is a medical provider with Columbia Valley Community Health, and he's told our own Jefferson Robbins that getting both the flu and the COVID vaccinations is a good idea for everybody.
Well, Dan, this year's influenza season has begun, but of course it's also taking place during the second year of the COVID-19 pandemic. That raises some questions for people who might be seeking out ways to keep healthy. Fortunately, there's now a safe and effective vaccine for both of these diseases, but the State Department of Health does say that childhood flu vaccinations are down this year about 25% compared with 2020. To talk about flu vaccines, COVID vaccines, and all the things you need to know, we've invited Simon Mendoza, a certified physician assistant from Columbia Valley Community Health. Simon, thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
I know you're coming in on your day off, so we really do appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thank you.
How long have you been working at Columbia Valley Community Health?
I just had my 5-year anniversary with CVCH. So I've been a PA, family practice PA there for 3 years, and I recently transitioned to our outreach department. So we've been going around different smaller communities and bringing our mobile trailer there to provide greater access to health care.
And your job as a certified physician assistant involves seeing patients like an MD would?
Yep, I have scheduled patients. I can perform minor procedures in the office and prescribe medications.
What do you tell your patients or people that you might be seeing on a regular basis about flu vaccination? It's the season to get it. The vaccinations are available. What's your advice?
My advice is absolutely to get it. It's the best protection that we can provide ourselves and our children. And even though there's been a decrease in cases with the social distancing, masking that we've been doing since March 2020, there is reduced population immunity, so that increases possibility of having a more severe and early influenza outbreak.
How did we reduce our population immunity? What happened in the past year or so that made us less or more susceptible to flu?
So masking, social distancing, staying at home, all of those measures reduce the transmission of respiratory droplets, which is how influenza and COVID-19 are transmitted. Influenza is less transmissible and less contagious than COVID-19, but it's still a risk. So.
But the steps we've been taking with regard to COVID-19 have proved to be protective across a couple of different possible illnesses.
Exactly.
With that in mind, if we are still in a period where we're maintaining distancing and masking and so forth, is the flu vaccine still a crucial thing in the fight against flu?
Absolutely. I mean, even though most of us are following all those guidelines, we're still indoors the majority of the time, especially in the wintertime and around the holidays, and respiratory droplets are transmitted much easier and readily indoors and can travel greater distances. So anytime we're indoors with a group of people, your risk increases significantly of contracting COVID-19 or the flu.
One of the critiques of some of our COVID-19 pandemic protections has been, well, it's an overreaction, it's no worse than the flu. Leaving that aside, the severity of COVID-19 compared to flu, what is the severity of flu? What kind of risks do we run when we contract it?
So it ranges, but we do see several hundred to thousands of deaths per year from the flu, and it primarily causes more severe illness in children and older adults or those that are immunocompromised.
Is it safe to get a flu shot and a COVID shot in one sitting?
Absolutely. And I usually recommend that people get both. Just get one and done, or two and done.
And one can't protect from the other. You can't get cross protection from COVID by getting your flu shot.
Exactly. They're completely different vaccines.
If somebody's experiencing symptoms, and the symptoms of these two ailments can be very similar, is there a way that I, as a patient, can distinguish, well, this feels like the flu, or well, this feels like COVID? Is there a way for me to be certain or sure without getting a test?
I really wouldn't recommend that people try to distinguish the two because it's hard enough for healthcare providers to try to distinguish it. One of the symptoms that is common of COVID-19 that we don't really see of the flu is the loss of taste or smell. But I wouldn't rely on that alone, and I do recommend that people get tested. We are frequently testing people for both. I know the CDC is as well, just to get that surveillance data.
Is it possible to contract both diseases at the same time?
Yes, we have seen that among hospitalized patients. So obviously having two different viruses can overwhelm our immune system and cause more severe illness.
And we talked about the decline in the sense of taste or the sense of smell if someone is COVID positive, but that's not always a symptom of COVID, is that right?
Right, exactly, and that's why I don't recommend relying on one symptom or another to distinguish it or rule it out.
It seems to create a range of symptoms, and people can fall somewhere within that range.
Absolutely. We've seen GI symptoms, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and the upper respiratory symptoms. Shortness of breath is usually more common with COVID-19, but we do see it in the flu as well.
And all of these symptoms are still things that could be mistaken for flu without a test.
Exactly. Yep.
What concerns, when patients come to you asking about the flu vaccine, what concerns are they expressing about whether they should get it? Are they expressing concerns for their own health or for their children's health?
So the most common misconception that I hear is, I got the flu vaccine last year or whenever, and then I got the flu. That's not possible because these flu shots are inactivated or weakened forms of the virus. The other concern is that getting both of them together might overwhelm the immune system. But in an otherwise healthy person, our immune system can deal with getting the two immunizations. And like I said, we actually recommend getting the two to get the best protection.
A lot of people report second day, not complications, but feelings like lethargy, maybe a headache, I'm tired, I need to drink a lot of fluids after their COVID vaccine. You don't hear too many contraindications for the flu vaccine. Most people seem to go through their day pretty well after they get one.
Yeah, we have seen more moderate symptoms with the COVID-19 immunization, but I always think of that as a good sign because it means our immune system is ramping up. We're producing protective antibodies, neutralizing antibodies. So when I had chills, the night of my vaccine, I considered it a good thing.
And one thing about the Pfizer vaccine, which is the one that's approved for ages 5 and up now, is it doesn't involve any viral material at all. It
Right.
creates that immune response without introduction of inactive virus into the body.
Exactly. What we introduce is mRNA, messenger RNA, which is basically like a recipe for the spike protein of the virus. And then our bodies start to produce protection against that spike protein so that if we come in contact with the virus, which contains the spike protein, we'll be able to neutralize it and control it.
Simon, can you think of anything else that you'd like people to know about the need for a flu shot in this 2021 season, which is unlike other seasons, again, because of the presence of the COVID-19 virus?
I would just say don't take a risk, get the flu shot. It's hard to know if our numbers are going to continue to be low or if we can have a severe and early outbreak. So I would say don't gamble it and get vaccinated.
Now, there are lots of opportunities out there for people to go to a drive-through and get their COVID shot. Where can people get a flu shot easily?
Yeah, so Columbia Valley Community Health, we're holding community vaccination clinics. We recently partnered with Cafe. We've been partnering with them to do Saturday flu shot clinics. You can, of course, come to our different locations in Wenatchee, Chelan, and East Wenatchee and get vaccinated. In most cases, the flu shot is free, so that shouldn't be a barrier to getting it.
Lots of opportunities out there.
Lots of opportunities, yeah.
Simon Mendoza with Columbia Valley Community Health. Thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
You're watching the NCW Live channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Don't make plans to store your boat for the off-season until you've checked out the Super Package from Bob File Boats and Motors. With this package, you just drop your boat off for winterizing, and they take it from there. When you pick it up in the spring, it'll be ready to go for the next season. There are too many features in the Super Package to list here, so get the details. 509-884-3558.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
I wrote that song. No, I didn't write that song. Woody Wednesday, once again, we've been doing this for the last few weeks. Holiday Dreams, that big Cirque spectacular. It's a feast for the eyes and the ears is coming to the Town Theater Center on Wednesday, December 15th. And this week, today, we're going to have two winners. I got 2 pair of tickets, and these aren't just any ticket. These are really good seats. These are right there, row 7, right on the floor. Beautiful seats. Great show. You want to win? Email me. That's the only way you do it. Look at the bottom of your screen. It's winner@ncwlife.com. That's the email address. Winner@ncwlife.com. Send me your email address. The deadline is 10 o'clock this morning. We'll do the drawing. And you're like, Flynn, don't forget now, if you don't enter, you can't win. That's a simple rule. If you do not enter the contest, you're not eligible. And neither are employees of local telecommunications, Solium Broadcasting, and their immediate families. Sorry, Cal. Winner@ncwlife.com. We set a record high temperature yesterday. We set a record high temperature on Sunday. We're going to set a record high temperature today. That's from the National Weather Service. They're conservatively thinking about 62 today. If we do get to 62, and I think we're going to be a little bit warmer, that would not only be the record high temperature for December 1st, it would tie the record of 62, set back in 1972, but it would also tie the record high temp for any December day since they started keeping records. And we think it's actually going to be warmer than that. Also yesterday, they updated the long-term forecast from the Climate Prediction Center. These are the people who do the long-term forecasts. And as you can see, if you look at that map there for the Pacific Northwest, we have about a 50-50 chance of temperatures being just about normal, but we have a better than 50-50 chance, in fact, a pretty good chance of having more precipitation than normal for the month of December. Now, this is just for the month of December, not for winter in its entirety, but we wanted to give you a heads up on that. All right, forecast high today, 64 degrees with some wind. I cannot believe I'm telling you we could get to 64 degrees on the first day of December. 43 for the overnight low. Point of reference, our normal high, 38 degrees. You got to be kidding me. We'll be above that on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Also a little windy at times today and tomorrow. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.